Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Sports Church right here on the VRR Veteran Revolt Radio. I'm your host, John Kerming, aka Mini. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. Yes. I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly, and a founding member of this brand new network that we call VRR or Veteran Revolt Radio. So without further ado, what is Sports Church? We gather together here to worship at the altar of competition where grown men and women play with balls, drive around in circles, and beat the shit out of each other. We got a great crew. Everybody's on board tonight. Brother Bishop Pook Dawg's back. Pimp's here. So we're going to knock out these sports real quick. Have fun doing it. I'm going to have a few drinks, by the way. And yeah, we're just going to have a good time. So hope you enjoy it. Share us wherever you are. Share it on Facebook, your personal pages, whatnot. We're on Rumble. We're on Twitch. We're on Facebook Live. And we're on YouTube as of today. So that is pretty awesome. So get to all those social media sites, give us some love, some follows, some thumbs up, and the like, and help us out tremendously. We appreciate it. So I guess first in, first up, he's a United States Marine Corps veteran. He's also the host of World Radio Show, which you can catch on this network every Tuesday at 1900 Eastern Standard Time. He's all NFL expert and contributor. Please welcome to the church, Richie the Redneck Pimp King. What's up? Are you taking a shit? You all right?
I'm thinking about poop.
Oh!
Nah. What's up, everybody? Glad to be here. Make sure you guys tune into everything we got going on here on the VRR. See that? I got it right. The VRR network. And don't mess around and say anything different because we're here. So catch us here. All right? All right.
Right on. Check it out in the comments real quick. WWF the 80s. Nice. What's going on, man? Thanks for checking in, giving us some YouTube love. Right. He says Zuckerberg sucks. Just see how bad Minnie's head hurts today. Not as bad as it should. Somebody made me go get some coffee. Veterans are awesome. Thank you. Greetings and welcome to the pulpit of sports wackiness. Happy Sunday. Like, share, comment. Yes. Are you going to do a draft day special? I'll have to talk to Richie about that one. Dean's calling for shots. He's like, well, maybe. You know what, Dean? Just to be a dick, watch. There you go, man. You drink while on live. Yep.
We have no restrictions on here except, murder.
Yeah. Murder. Yeah.
We're taking a crap. That's funny.
Yeah, true. All right, let's get the rest of the crew up here. He's my co-host on the bar, which you catch right here every Sunday night at 2100 Eastern Standard Time. We had a great show last night. Get on over to Rumble and check it out. It is also up on YouTube. I just uploaded it this afternoon, so you want to watch it over there. Make sure you subscribe and give us some love that way as well. We appreciate it. Anyways, he's a United States Naval veteran. He's a Fleet Marine Force corpsman, hence the name Devil Dog. And some people say that when he takes his hat off and bends into the light correctly, he starts fires.
Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt.
Look at that.
There's ultra power in it, Mr. Clean.
I should have sunglasses. I need those fancy glasses that, they like change colors when the light.
You need Ray Charles glasses for that.
Yeah, right.
That's for Pook. He's the converted Lions fan.
Oh, is he a Lions fan now?
Yeah, because he lost that bet last year.
Oh, I thought he was a Packers fan.
Well, he had to be a Packers fan for a day, but now he's going to have to convert over to be a Lions fan.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's terrible. All right. Next up, we call him Pops. Why do we call him Pops? Well, because he's my Pops. He's my dad. He's the man who got me introduced into racing at a very early age. He's been involved in the sport one way or another, whether they're TV, nationally, locally, producing shows, working for teams, and all that entails for about 50 years. So I don't know anybody else who knows more about racing, the inside, the in and outs, than Pops. And that's what he's here for, because he's our auto racing contributor. Please welcome to the altar, Pops.
Hey, good afternoon, evening, everybody.
All right. Well,
just for the sake of argument, the NASCAR race is going into its second overtime.
Gotcha. So if it's loud or goes fast, we'll cover it here. I mean, we talk about the ladies when they fart on The View. Because that's really that's the only thing that's worthwhile talking about that show. There's 5 yentas sitting around talking about shit they don't know about. Good times. All right. Our next co-host, been my friend for over a quarter of a century. We spent lovely time together at the all-inclusive resort known as 43 area in Las Pulgas. Guest of the 1st Bar Div, 1st Force Service Support Group, 1st Supply Battalion, Ammo Company. It was just a wonderful holistic place to be. It's awesome, man. I guess, that's about all I got, man. He's back, though. He is the one. He is the only brother Bishop Pook Dawg.
Forever and ever. What is up, everybody? How you been? How's it going?
There goes the
revolting. We're revolting. Are we revolting? We're revolting against VRS.
No,
is that what the revolution is?
No, the network is. It's just talking about you personally as being revolting.
Oh yeah,
I'm revolting.
We are revolting. That's right. That's right.
I thought we were having a revolution here. I didn't know it was just about the Pook being.
No, we did have a revolution, and it was bloodless, and we're doing better than we were before.
A bloodless revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get your TV back?
We'll find out this week.
All right.
Oh, I'm sending some people to go get it.
Oh shit! Like that, Mini.
Like this, like that, and like this, like that.
Man.
Yeah, I got some Turks going up there to get my shit.
Uh-oh.
Did you see that article on the guy that took over his mother's house who had squatters in it?
Yeah.
he found a way to get the house back.
Yeah, wait for him to leave and then fucking squat on it. With guns and dogs. Yeah.
Dags.
I thought it was awesome.
Dags. Absolutely dags. All right, so we're all back together again. Sorry about missing last week. Everybody got a massive case of the fuckets, and it was just, So, but we're here this week. We took the last week off. We just needed it. It'll happen from time to time, but we'll probably do at least 40 of these minimum a year. So you need to take some time off. And those are the 12 times a year we usually take off. So let's get to it. Without further ado, Pook's been gone for a couple of weeks. We haven't much, if at all, any MMA news. So, brother Bishop Pook Dawg, laying on us, brother.
Since we didn't have a show last week, we'll get into what happened last week. We had a fight between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. And Kamaru Usman was the challenger, obviously. Last time they faced off, Kamaru Usman was the champion. He got head kick knocked out. That was a fight previous to this one. This fight, he didn't do enough to beat the champ. It did not pass the playground test at all. No way, no how. No matter how you were to add up the scorecards. So he didn't do enough to beat the champ, and I don't have no problem with the decision. It was a good fight. Kamaru Usman seemed to be really concentrated on protecting himself from getting head kicked. And if you're protecting yourself that much from getting head kicked, it's probably going to eat into your offense and also defending other strikes as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, he did a lot to defend that head kick. He never got head kicked. He got head kick knocked out 2 fights ago, the last time they fought previous to this fight. And they really worked. You could tell they worked on the defense. But I think it hampered his fighting style last week. That's just my opinion. Justin Gaethje last week also in that pay-per-view, he fought Rafael Fiziev, and Rafael Fiziev was faster than Justin Gaethje, but Justin Gaethje tagged him up. Used to call Tim Duncan big fundamentals, but you talk about fundamentals, Justin Gaethje's got him. The whole idea is not to get hit and to hit your opponent. And Rafael Fiziev obviously, to me, looked like he has the more athletic tools than Gaethje does. He could be the better fighter if he was the better fighter, but he's not the better fighter and wasn't the better fighter. And Gaethje tagged him up really good. A pretty decent fight. Last night we had a fight night. We had Chito Vera in San Antonio, Texas, and he was taking on Corey Sandhagen. That fight, there you could tell what the UFC likes to do. They like to promote certain guys. They wanted their guy didn't win last night, and I don't know what ref. Like here's the thing. What judge scored that fight for Chito? But I don't know what fight he was watching. I have no clue what fight he was watching. Chito, slow starter. Notoriously slow starter. In this fight, he let himself get taken down the first 2 rounds. He let himself get smashed on when he was taken down the first 2 rounds. Up into the 3rd round, 2/3 of the significant strikes were landed by Sandhagen.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, 3rd round comes around. Chito comes alive a little bit. He comes alive a little bit. So we got a pretty even round. 4th round, same thing. Chito comes alive a little bit. Lands some really nasty really gnarly freaking punches and kicks. Maybe you could even give that round to Chito. Final round, Chito comes alive, and so does Sandhagen. Sandhagen gets a takedown. Sandhagen smashes on him a little bit. Chito lands some significant strikes. I mean, when you give up your first 2 rounds to your opponent and you don't get a knockout, it's gonna be really hard to come back after that. I don't know how you boys feel about it. It was on TV. I don't know if you saw it. What do you guys think? What do people think in the comments? Am I full of shit? What do you think?
No, I don't think you're full of shit. I only saw the highlights, of course, but no, you're right. I mean,
we know the UFC wanted Cheeto to win. Cheeto was on a fast track for a title. They had that fight in San Antonio, and it was a biased crowd, a very Hispanic crowd. Cheeto's from Ecuador, but there's a lot of Cheeto fans. There. And
what kind of Cheeto? Is it like cheesy Cheetos, the small Cheetos, the big Cheetos?
Marlon Vera. I'm not sure where he gets that nickname from. I'm not sure. He's definitely a spicy Cheeto, my man. Fire,
okay, good.
Definitely a little spicy. You might like him. You might actually be attracted to him, pimp. He's got like all these tattoos all over the place.
This is Sports Church, not Brokeback Mountain.
What are you talking about, man? You were coming at me before the show with all this. You're talking about bags and dicks and freaking my butt. All you're talking about was my butt. It was
60 minutes into the show. Mark
between the two of us, if they look at us, they'd assume you were the gay one.
Oh,
look.
Hey, I'm the prettiest one here. If anybody's fruiting it, it's me.
I'm not gay, all right? I'm not gay. My boyfriend, he's the gay one. My boyfriend's gay.
We have that
$20 is $20.
I'm not gay. Hey, I'm not gay, Tim.
$20 is $20. Yeah.
I mean,
That rent's due.
Oh my God, sexy girlfriend. All right, Pook, come on, keep going.
Hey, what do you want to talk? You want to talk some Connor stuff? We can always talk about Connor doing something.
Absolutely,
he's always punching an old man in a bar, or a photographer, or
a bus,
or kicking a lady. Yeah, throwing something at a bus, or kicking a lady in the stomach and punching her in the face and throwing her off his Lamborghini boat. He's always doing something, bro. So we can always talk Connor. We talk John Jones a little bit. I mean, there really isn't much going on. I mean, John Jones is going to be fighting Stipe, but they still haven't got a date. They want it for International Fight Week, which is in July, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen with John Jones's timeline. At one time, he was talking like it was going to happen, and I don't know. I don't know when that fight's going to happen. That fight's definitely going to happen. Stipe says it's going to happen. Jones says it's going to happen. Dana White says it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Who do you like in that fight? Who do you guys like in that fight?
Jones.
You think Jones beats Stipe? You think Stipe's too old?
No, I just think Jones is in a different class of fighter, man.
He's a different
guy's lethal. He's a killer. He is.
You could literally make the argument, though. You could literally and there's some Stipe fans out there. I don't know who they are, but just kidding. But you can make the argument that he's been one of the most dominant champions the UFC's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been beaten by Cormier, but outside of that, it got the title taken away from Cormier, got it back, right? And he's been beaten by Francis Ngannou. But outside of that, he's the only guy he's been the heavyweight title holder for. I don't remember a guy that held the title this long.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously he's a challenger right now. Jones is holding the title, the interim title, or whatever they want to call it, because we all know Francis Ngannou's that's the real fight they need to make, and that's a fight that probably never happened.
Unification fight, yeah, they need a unification fight.
I mean, yeah, we know who the man is. We know Ngannou's the man, and every time anyone asks a question about it, Dana White disparages Ngannou, and so does Jones. What did Jones call him? You told me he called him all that muscle and big fat pussy or something. That was his quote or whatever. What was his quote about the guy? Like he's scared or something, like he's running scared or something. We all know he's not running scared. How ridiculous is that for a narrative? But the UFC could spin whatever narrative they want, and just like the U.S. government, there'll be people who will believe it. So.
Womp, 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 womp. We're canceled.
That was it for us. We're done now.
The federal government. Yeah.
When the shit hits the fan, it's out the Pook's mouth.
Oh,
there you go.
Gosh.
Muscle J's. Okay.
Oh, for everybody out there who's watching and any of the co-hosts, when we have a moment, write it down on the time so that in later instances when Pops finally helps me pick out a freaking video editing software, I will put the best of and put a new intro in for the show, stuff like that. So, yeah, much appreciated. I'll just put it in the comments. If you want us to like clip something, put it in a best of / intros. Just put it in the comments and let us know, or any of the co-hosts. Just mark it down. And I think the first one hit about 1921 is when it went off the rails for about 4 minutes. So yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
When did we go off the rails? When we were talking about homosexual stuff, or when we were talking about the UFC and talking about a bullshit narrative about Ngannou?
No, about
Both.
yes, no.
All of
But
the
when
above.
exactly did we go off the rails?
When you started talking.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
I'm sorry, Pook. I couldn't.
Emotional damage.
Look, this show got off the rails before I got even introduced. You guys were derailed. There's no way you can put this on me.
No, it's squarely on you.
We'll blame this guy.
老铁们，咱们今天简简单单吃上一顿啊！双击扣八，谁勾谁发，山豆家，弄弄乱，没毛病，开喽！
That guy's got a lot to say, man.
That's right, brother. That's right.
Was that Kim Jong Un?
No, that was
His kid?
yeah. We'll go with that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly, exactly.
You guys want me to keep going with this UFC stuff?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. So we got UFC 287 is going to be coming up. We're going to have Pereira Adesanya. It's going to be the second one in the UFC. It's going to be their fourth fight overall. He's gotten his ass kicked 3 times. Adesanya's gotten his ass kicked 3 times now by Pereira because they faced off in kickboxing prior to their UFC careers. Do you think this is going to be a fourth ass whooping for Adesanya, and why?
Nope.
It's hard to continue to keep beating somebody every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes even the sun shines on a dog's ass. Okay.
I mean, Adesanya's winning that last fight before he got knocked out, but that's the same thing in the kickboxing match, the second kickboxing match, I believe. I never watched a kickboxing match. I only heard about the reports of them. I've actually watched UFC fights because that's what I do. But the kickboxing, same thing. He was ahead in one of those kickboxing fights, got knocked out, and he just got knocked out in the last fight he was ahead on. Is there a way that he can get ahead and stay ahead and not get knocked out? Is that going to happen? Is that even going to happen?
Some people don't match. The matchup between some people is just the way it is. I mean, he might dominate. All of a sudden, at the end, you get knocked out. You run out of gas. You don't know. It's a technique. We don't know. I think I think he's going to get beat again. I think it's going to be 4-0.
It's going to be 4. This guy's just got his number.
I think it's going to be 4.
I was talking to a fan last night. I was talking to a UFC fan last night, and he was telling me that he wants Adesanya to lose, and he wants Adesanya to lose because he just don't like the guy's. He just don't like the guy's story. He don't like the guy's deal. He don't like the way the guy acts, and he likes Pereira. He's a huge fan of Pereira. Pereira's out there freaking like doing his wrestling with natives and whatnot, wrestling with the natives down there in Brazil, and he's part of a Brazilian tribe or something, and like he's just this savage. And Adesanya, I don't have a problem with the guy. I like the guy. I like the guy. I think maybe he can win this fight. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to put my money on it. Though.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
81 million people voted for Biden, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Most popular president we've ever had beat Barack Obama's record. You remember that, Pim? You take that to the bank.
That's not quite true.
Oh.
Donald Trump had more votes because he ran twice and got more votes than Biden did. You got to add them both up. Got to add them both up.
Okay.
Run, you stupid fucker. Run, you dumbass. Run.
Hey, no one has to make up stories for him.
No, that's right.
And at the 20-minute mark, we've gone back off the rails again.
Yeah.
Hey.
Squirrel.
All right, Pook.
All right. Well, the one way to get us back on the rails would be maybe to talk about a little bit of the March Madness action. We just had Miami knock off Texas. That's kind of a big deal, right?
Man,
I got you covered on that. I got you covered.
that was a good game. That was
Yeah, go ahead,
Yep.
Pook. If you're all wrapped up, man. I mean, what else is coming up, man? When's my girl Thug fighting again? Damn, forever.
Thug Rose,
I think
man.
she's retired.
I don't think she's retired, bro. But I don't know when she's fighting again. That's for sure. And I mean, we talked about Pereira Adesanya, right? We talked about the future with John Jones and Stipe, right? There is going to be a fight night coming up here soon. I mean, we got Holloway versus Allen. That's going to happen on the 15th. We'll have Provich versus Blades. Curtis Blades going to be fighting in the fight night coming up here soon. The UFC needs to announce when that Stipe Jones fight's going to happen. You know, Connor's doing the Ultimate Fighter. I haven't been tuning in. I'm sure it's entertaining. I saw on social media where Connor took the boys out for some whiskey and steaks. And hopefully nothing bad happened when he took them out for whiskey and steaks. Hopefully he didn't punch an old man. Hopefully he didn't freaking kick a girl in the stomach. Hopefully he didn't punch a girl in the stomach. Hopefully he didn't fire a girl right off of his boat into the open water and the open seas.
Or attack a bus.
Happened. Yeah, or attack a bus for that matter.
yes, attack a bus. Yes.
Hopefully none of that happened with Connor. But he's definitely representing the UFC with that Ultimate Fighter. He's doing the Ultimate Fighter, so I'm gonna start tuning into that, and maybe you guys should too.
No,
I ain't telling you guys what to do now. I'm just saying.
no.
It's a suggestion. Loosely. Like a took us.
Uh-oh. We're not going off the rails again, are we?
Yeah,
I try to get us back on the rails. I try to divert this because I'm UFC talked out. I mean, we could retread. We could retread. Yeah. We could talk about Connor shit, right? We could talk about old stuff. We could talk about Dana White. You know, we could talk about John Jones and PEDs if you want. We could talk about, you know, what kind of champion Stipe is. But we got March Madness, man. So let's talk about some March Madness.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So this is the first time in the history of the tournament there are no number one seeds going forward into the Final Four. It is also the first time since 1970 that there are 3 first-time teams ever in the Final Four. And the Final Four is set. You have San Diego State versus Florida Atlantic University and University of Connecticut versus Miami. FAU beat Kansas 79-76. That was a really great game. Sorry, Pimp. UConn beat the crap out of Gonzaga 82-54.
Bad. And that's the worst beating that Gonzaga has taken since, 1980?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of history.
Yeah.
You know, Timmy got into foul trouble. And that was a really weird officiated game, too, as well. And I'm not saying that Gonzaga would have won or anything like that because 20 points is a lot of points to lose by. But, I mean, you got your star player. You got the guy they run the offense through sitting half the game because he got into foul trouble because of bullshit fouls. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm a Gonzaga supporter or like I filled out a bracket that has Gonzaga winning this whole thing. But
somebody did.
Man. Yeah, but
somebody did.
Come on.
Earlier
I don't
today,
know. I'm not going to say it was referees. I'm just going to say Gonzaga Gonzaga put a trash team on the court. They looked terrible. They couldn't hit the broadside of the barn.
I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll Pimp. I'm sorry I'm interrupting you. I'll shut up after. But you're right. The shooting was horrible.
Terrible.
The shooting was horrible. It was horrible. But they literally run their offense through Timmy, man. And without Timmy, they are a trash team in the first place. But go ahead, Pimp. I'm sorry.
They were no good. They ran into the UConn team who,
really
you make
wanted
argument.
it.
You make an argument. Here comes UConn. They might be your national champions.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's not like they haven't won it before.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, like what,
they got a different
2013,
coach now.
2012?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you had San Diego State beating Creighton 57-56.
Hold on a second. San Diego State. Those of you who pick San Diego State, first of all, you must have a crystal ball in your ass, okay? Because nobody was picking but two people picked me to win anything. Congratulations to them, okay? Hey, you guys did. That was a smart pick. Congratulations. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh, you know that guy's telling everybody about it too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I picked San Diego State. Bro, did you go there? Yeah. Then shut up.
That's how, you're a homer.
Yeah. It's
And then
Okay.
Miami just beat Texas 88-81.
Just now?
Just now.
Somebody owes me $50.
I'm guessing that would be High Tech.
No, Thai Food Panda.
Oh, okay. And that's it for college basketball.
Who won the challenge?
I sent you the bracket standings right now.
That would be you. A score of 58-58.
Yep.
It came down. If Gonzaga would have won, I had it. But
Yeah.
since they didn't win, the low life sons of bitches. And Creighton, you had Creighton. I don't know how they did today.
They lost
They
by
lost.
a point to San Diego State.
Creighton had somebody in
1
their Final
point.
Four.
Man, what a game. What a game.
Somebody here had Creighton in their Final Four.
Yeah.
No.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I did.
impressive, man. That's impressive.
I had San Diego State.
Yeah,
That's
Creighton.
impressive as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Houston was his powerhouse team.
Yeah.
Okay. And I figured, it'd be a Final Four between Gonzaga and Houston. And damn, did we fuck that all up? Woo.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is, man. It's a fun time of year to play. It is, You
Yeah.
took two. You guys took 1 and 2, and I managed to take 3. I went from possibly winning it all to 3rd place. So whatever.
And
That's what happened.
following in last like normal, he probably auto-picked, was J-Dub.
Did he take last? Did he get the last position?
I think, let me see. I'll take a look real
If he
quick.
did, I'm gonna send him a message and tell him he needs to just do some research.
Currently,
He went all chalk.
it's, nope, there was another one. Yeah, did another one. John's number 1, 58-58. I'm number 2, 55-55. Richie's 3rd, 53-53. Terrell is 4th. He's 51-51.
Mm-hmm.
High Tech did better than J-Dub. He's 47.
Okay.
Full Metal Vet did better than J-Dub. He went 41 for 41.
41.
Yeah, J-Dub is in 7th. He went 34 for 34. And Josh Miller went 33 for 33.
Lunchbox. That's right.
Josh Miller had Kentucky. J-Dub had Kansas. Full Metal had Indiana. High Tech had Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell went with Marquette. Wow, there's a shocker.
Yeah.
Richie had Gonzaga. I did the stupid homer thing and went with my alma mater, Texas A&M. And John went with Houston.
And not a damn one of us got that on the right.
Nope.
Not a one of us. Excellent. Well, there you go.
And that's your college basketball standings as of today.
But they won't change because
Nope.
everybody's maxed out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Saturday is the Final Four games.
Who's in it?
Like I mentioned, it'll be San Diego State against FAU, then UConn versus Miami, and Monday, April 3rd, will be the Final Four game of the winner of those games.
So Florida Atlantic. That's Florida Atlantic, right? FA Florida
Yeah,
Atlantic.
Florida
Man,
Atlantic.
Didn't they come alive here at the tournament, huh? They
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, they've
we
never
were
done
all before the
anything.
end of the year.
A weird thing I'm thinking of, because the current coach for Miami
Mm-hmm.
coached George Mason when they went to the Final Four in
Right.
2006.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say it's going to be Miami against FAU.
Huh.
Be the first time ever a 5th seed versus a 9th seed for the national championship game.
Yeah.
Could.
But knowing my luck, it'll probably be San Diego State against UConn.
UConn.
Uh,
Or it could be UConn and Florida. Florida A&M.
Oh, yeah.
They've come alive. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I don't watch a lot of college basketball, but I do during the Final Four. Or March Madness.
Yeah. This is that time of year, and the women's thing is heating up right now. UConn's out of it, which is a shocker. Not really. South Carolina looks like they're going to win it all.
South Carolina
Again.
wins, right?
But
Yeah.
Indiana is in it for the first time.
Yeah.
And Indiana is, God when it comes to men's basketball, but they haven't done anything as women's basketball.
But they're playing that juggernaut known as Caitlin Clark for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
Iowa Hawkeyes. Okay.
She is phenomenal.
You guys really talking about women's basketball?
No. Just briefly.
Briefly, Pook. Briefly.
You got it. Like to me, the
Women's
only,
college basketball.
Yeah,
Well,
ESPN jams that stuff up our season.
Next year, they're going to have a guy that is 7'2", and he's going to be stuffing the ball all the time because he says he's now a woman.
He's transgender. They're going to have a transgender.
And that's the way it's going to be.
Perfect time for me to take a break.
Yeah.
No, ain't gonna happen.
All right, Doc, what else you got? So I can take
In college football, there's nothing really going on. They're finishing up their pro days. So, Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay are going ape shit. They're like on draft 18.0 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Like they know how to pick the broadside of a barn. Other than that, the big thing coming out of college football is there are talks of conference realignment, trying to get independents to come into conferences, and also some of the smaller conferences might be getting scooped up into bigger conferences to make it wider. So that way you don't have USC traveling all the way to BFE to be in the Big Ten, which is utterly retarded.
Raise your hand if you're sick and tired of this alignment shit. Every single year, you're just sick of it. I'm tired of it.
It's been going on for freaking 30 years since I was a little kid, though.
Yes,
they've always been doing this crazy nonsense.
Yeah. It's all about the almighty dollar, and in the end, they ain't making any more than they normally make.
Yep.
Their end goal is to get in the Final Four and then win a national championship. That's what your Final Four teams get the most recognition, and whoever wins the national title.
No.
You can align all you. You can go ahead.
Pimp, we need more playing games. We need more conference realignments. We need more playing games.
Raise your right hand, Pook. Raise your right hand. Now slap yourself with your left one. No, that don't need to happen. That don't need to happen. No. So when they try to win a national title, you can realign all you want to.
Yeah.
Their goal is to win that national championship.
You got to realign.
Look at Missouri. They started out Big 12, and they're over here in SEC. And how many? This is the first time Missouri has been actually in the 64.
Yeah.
And they always in the NIT and get bounced. So, I don't know.
Other than that, that's what I got for football. Let me see. Oh, here we go. College baseball, you have as follows. LSU is number 1, Wake Forest number 2, Florida number 3, Vanderbilt number 4. They are phenomenal in baseball every year. Arkansas is number 5, Louisville's number 6. The University of Caucasians Lost in Asia is number 7. Virginia's number 8. Stanford, the Nerds, are number 9. East Carolina is number 10. South Carolina is number 11. Tennessee is 12. Ole Miss is 13. Texas Tech is 14. North Carolina is 15. Boston College 16. Miami 17. University of Campbell is 18th. Florida Gulf Coast is 19th. Oklahoma State is 20th. My alma mater, Texas A&M, is 21. Missouri is 22. Kentucky is 23. West Virginia 24. And Grand Canyon University is 25. That's the rankings as of today for college baseball's top 25. Tom, Mini went to smoke a cigarette and take the dog out.
Well, this is my question. I hate to go back. I didn't want to interrupt you because you started talking college baseball, which is relevant to some people. I realize we have some baseball fans. We got some people following collegiate athletics and things of that nature. But I want to. Pimp mentioned the NIT with Missouri, and that begs the question for me. was NIT ever relevant? Is it just a cash grab for the big programs that didn't make the tournament?
The
What's going on
NIT,
there?
the
I'm
NIT,
asking.
It's a participation trophy.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
it's now the teams that didn't get their official invite to the big dance.
Yeah.
But prior to the big dance, before 1970, the NIT was the national championship game.
So it was like a coup. It was a takeover. The NCAA Final Four was a takeover. Was that what
Yeah.
happened?
Yep.
You're giving me a little history here. So the NIT is the original tournament,
Yes.
and that crowned the national champion originally.
Yes.
Somehow the NCAA completely bogarted that, took it away from them, deboed them.
Yes, they straight deboed it.
Wow. Very impressive.
It's kind of like they handled women's swimming.
Yes. Kind of like that.
Well, it sounds like they're going to be handling women's basketball pretty soon. If we got Admiral Rachel Levine, we can have. If we got Admiral Rachel Levine, we can have a 7-footer representing the transgender. Represent the transgenders. We can have that in college basketball.
Speaking of Leah Thomas, by the way, a little off track, but still on sports. ESPN honored Leah Thomas in celebrating Women's History Month segment.
Yep.
Quote,
I think
she said that she did transition to have an advantage so she could win. I transitioned to be happy. Well, you just called yourself a chick. You didn't cut off your dick, make a vagina, and then put on some boobies.
Leah Thomas is living her truth.
Well, I identify as a Major League Baseball right fielder that hits 325 dingers and 100 RBIs and steals 25 bases, but that doesn't make it fucking true, does it?
I'll recognize you as that. Why not? I'll play along with you.
Do I get the money though?
I don't have the money to pay you.
From now on, this day forward, I will be recognized as the fat Chuck Norris.
There you go.
I've studied martial arts all my life. I'm good at it.
You might actually be the fat Chuck Norris. You have an MMA career behind you. You know, you might.
Moving forward.
You're not the fat gay Chuck Norris, though, right? You're not the fat gay. No, okay.
In basketball news for the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks, my Boston Celtics, and the Philadelphia 76ers from the Eastern Conference have clinched a playoff spot. It goes as following: Milwaukee is number 1, Boston number 2, Philly number 3, Cleveland is number 4. Those crazy Knickerbockers of New York, the Knicks, are number 5. The fake-ass team from New York, the Brooklyn Nets, are number 6. Now fighting for play-in tournament spots are the Miami Heat, the Atlanta Hawks, the Toronto Raptors, and the Chicago Bulls. Eliminated officially are the Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets. On the bubble is the Washington Wizards, a.k.a. the Washington Nets.
Is there anything in Detroit that's on the rise besides like murders and abandoned buildings?
No, not really.
I have a question.
Yes.
When did they institute playing games for the NBA?
There's
I quit watching when the Spurs.
And is that a cash grab?
2028 or 2018. My bad. I'm sorry. Words are hard.
What the hell?
Brain injury.
And is that a cash grab?
Wow. Okay.
No, it's so that a team
brain injury,
like a team can that's on the bubble that makes something and gets into the tournament. They have to play 3 teams, and then if they keep going, they earn their playoff spot.
That is just dumb.
It's kind of like the play-in thing for baseball.
When this 7-foot transgender dominates female athletics next year, if this happens, I will be tuning in. It will be must-see TV for me. I'll definitely be tuning in.
So
it's definitely working. If they're trying to promote women's basketball, they're doing a good job, because I'm going to actually tune in and watch a game or two, or at least some highlights.
Yeah, I'll be stuck at Sports Center.
In the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets and the Memphis Grizzlies have clinched the playoff spot, and it goes as follows: Denver Nuggets number 1, Memphis number 2, Sacramento Kings are number 3, the Phoenix Suns are number 4, The Los Angeles Clippers are number 5. The Golden State Warriors are number 6. Then you have your bubble teams. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the Los Angeles Lakers that nobody gives a shit, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and on the bubble is the Dallas Mavericks. Officially eliminated, the Houston Rockets, the San Antonio Spurs, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the team that really needs to give up the Jazz and send it to New Orleans, the Utah Jazz. Other than that, that's what I have for the NBA.
Thank God.
So if they traded names, it'd be the Utah Pelicans, which wouldn't make sense either, for that matter.
Well, originally the Jazz were in New Orleans and moved to Utah.
Yeah,
I seen Pistol Pete highlights. You're not telling me nothing I don't know here with that one. Well, I'm just saying it doesn't make sense that the Jazz are in Utah because Jazz is known for New Orleans, right? Right?
Yes.
Give the Jazz. That's why he said give the Jazz back to New Orleans. What are you going to name where are you going to name the Jazz team now? The current Jazz team, the Utah team, where they can't be the Pelicans. There's no Pelicans.
How about the Flying Mormons?
Yeah.
The Flying Mormons.
The friendliest cult in America.
The Snowbirds.
Ain't they nice? They're just so nice.
They are nice.
They're just nice people. Yeah, okay. Anyway.
And now I relinquish the remaining time till we talk about baseball to Pops or Pimp.
He yields. Oh, wow. All right. Well, we all heard about Jamarcus Russell. They sent him a contract, and they tagged him. And he's said he's refusing to sign it. He's leaving $16 million on the table from what he's wanting. Now, he's going to sign that contract. Ain't nobody going to leave $16 million extra $1 million laying on no damn table. That ain't going to happen. But he wants it fully guaranteed. My problem with him, and here's where the haters going to come at me. I don't think Jamarcus Russell's that good a quarterback.
You mean Lamar Jackson?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson. I don't think
you're interchanging them. That's how bad this guy is.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Okay, he's the same
Baltimore quarterback. Yeah, same guy.
He's the same guy. He's the same guy as the Raiders failed quarterback. They're the same guy. Pretty much the same guy.
Yeah.
This guy sipping that syrup too. He's drinking that grape
but he won an MVP.
But let me tell you something. Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl.
True.
Brad Johnson.
Yeah, I wish the Bears had Trent Dilfer when they had the Urlacher defense along with Devin Hester. That would have been great. That would have been awesome.
Brad Johnson. He quarterbacked the Tampa Bay. Back when Dungy was there. So that means nothing. But listen, what has he done? He's injury prone. He's extremely. I said on here many years ago, and can you say it? All these running quarterbacks are not going to win the Super Bowl because they're going to get injured or their style just ain't going to win. Okay, so he wants 240 something million guaranteed.
Ooh, that's a lot of money. I think somebody gets banged up a lot.
But
and we all know he's injured.
He keeps bringing back the thing that I've never done anything stupid. I've never had anything off the field, and you gave Deshaun Watson this money.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying don't bring it up because it's pointless. But really, you got Rub and Tug doing his shit, still coming out of the woodwork.
Allegedly.
But does he play?
That poor guy.
Does he play? Watson lines up and plays the game.
Yeah.
Okay? He's not injury prone. Right now, Lamar Jackson be $32.4 million a year on the tag. Okay. Wow. He wants $16 more million a year plus $243 million guaranteed. Where y'all with this? I mean, where y'all at with this? Do you agree, disagree? I don't think he's that good a quarterback to get that.
I don't either, man. I don't either.
And he's going to hamstring Baltimore. There's wide receivers who left because they don't want to play with this guy because he doesn't want to throw. And they're talking about bringing receivers in. I ain't heard one receiver yet who's running up there. Hey, let me join the team. No.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be
going the other way.
So they're going to be defense again. When he does get hurt, the second quarterback will go from here to there.
I don't sign that guy with that much guaranteed. No way. Like, no. Man, how many running quarterbacks have won Super Bowls?
Steve Young.
Mahomes is ish.
Steve Young.
Yeah. How many did he win?
Steve Young's a scrambler. To be a running quarterback, your run numbers must be at least half or a quarter of what your passing numbers are. And there's only two true rushing quarterbacks right now in the NFL, and that's the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, and this guy. So
he could win a Super Bowl possibly someday.
Well, not if he signs. Here's the thing, no, because now when he signs a big deal, he ain't gonna be no money. There ain't gonna be no money to bring in anybody to help him. Okay.
Yeah.
So it ain't about me winning Super Bowl with him. It's about he's overvaluing himself, and he's his own agent. He hasn't got an agent, so he's got nobody in his ear to say, "Hey, brother, come here. Listen, you're not going to get this. Let's get this here. Let's get what we can. Let him bring some people in around you, and let's build a franchise and make your name so you get that knock on the door. That's what it is. Individually, your individual prize is a Hall of Fame. That's your individual prize. Mm. You know, and I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Some free agents that are still left, and man, we filled up quickly. The next free agent is he's 33 down the list. Jadeveon Clowney. He hasn't been signed yet, and I don't look for him to get signed probably too closer either to draft or to the start of the season. I'm not sure what he wants. Somebody said he wanted $12 million. Somebody said he wanted $8 million a year. Listen, for a defensive end, $8 million a year and up, you got to be pretty
for a guy
good.
that can't stay healthy as well.
Yeah, that's right. And he wants a multiple year deal. He don't really want a 1 year deal. I look for him to sign a 1 year deal, but I don't know. It won't be now. Okay. The next one after him was Rock Houston. He's number 41 on the rankings. He was formerly for the Raiders. He's not even sure if he wants to play. So as soon as he gets out of the valley of decision, I'm sure he'll go on. And Nagaku from the Colts, he's had a lot of people. He's a defensive end. He's had a lot of people question him, call him in. He's had a lot of interviews. So I don't know if he's going to, if it's what the holdup is, if he's going to sign, if he's not going to sign. I don't know. And Dalton Reiser, the next name you've heard of from the Broncos, he's next. I don't know. We'll see. Draft's coming up, and there's 3 quarterbacks in the draft. They've been all over ESPN. They've been all over everywhere talking about. You got one from Alabama, Bryce Young. You got Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
And you got quarterback from Kentucky, Will Levis.
Yeah.
Okay, Will Levis. And then you got Anthony Richardson, but he's really no threat, nothing. They bragging these quarterbacks up. Gentlemen, don't be surprised if not a damn one of them start. Okay. Kentucky quarterback Will Levis, we watched him during his pro day. I'm kind of a nerd. I watched some of this crap. He can't throw it. He's not consistently throwing. He'll lead him. He'll look good. Then he'll move his feet. Same play again. He'll be way off. His mechanics need a lot of work. And he's not going to walk into an NFL team. They're not going to give him the keys to the Ferrari, not with bad footwork. And this ain't going to happen, and not consistent. The only one who could come close, in my opinion, and we could debate this, probably C.J. Stroud. I think he might be the one who makes it as a starter.
Really?
Right now. I mean, walk today, walk on the field and take it, because he's had 2 years. Ohio State. That's what I'm trying to think of. Ohio State. Maybe Bryce Young, because that Alabama system goes to NFL except quarterbacks. There ain't been very many great quarterbacks out of Alabama. They're just not. You can name them on one hand, minus 3 fingers. Okay, that's how many. But CJ, he's got the stats. He's 6'3". He's 218 pounds. All right. The Will Levis is 6'3", 232 pounds. They'll probably ask him to lose some weight so he can be more mobile. And Bryce Young, he's 6 foot. Now I think that's being generous. He's more like 5'11". He's 194 pounds. Problem with being that light weight, he gets hit. He's going down. So the Carolina Panthers had the first pick. They gave that monster package deal to Chicago. Chicago, hey, they sodomized them. Okay, they just bent them over. Good for Chicago. But Somebody put on here a while ago, I think it was Gene, want to know if the Panthers take the first quarterback in the draft. Right now, I'm at 50-50 with that. I think they might, but again, whoever they bring in, are they better than what's in there now? What is it, Jared Goff? Yeah. Is any one of these three better than Jared Goff? Don't know. I don't know. Jared Goff's not a world beater, but he's there. He knows the system, and he has his moments. And the Lions made a run at the end of the year. If you remember, they were a game away from being in the playoffs. First time for a long time. So what say you guys? These three quarterbacks I told you about, you think they're going to, you think they're going to do well or not?
Well, I've been nominated as a closet Lions fan that's going to be coming out, so I'll take this. Yeah, I think Goff has what it takes. When Goff's on, he's on. When he's healthy, he's good, man.
Right. Okay.
The Lions have turned it around. Hopefully they do well next year. My Bears in that division. All I hear about is what a receiving core they have and this and that and the other thing. I want to see it. I want to see it next year. I want to see it.
I'm glad you brought that up because this draft is running back heavy, defense heavy, and some line heavy. Okay, they're really not a world beating. There's about 3 or 4 wide receivers, and 3 or 4 quarterbacks that are any good at all. I mean, you can play consistently. So let's see what the Bears do. I don't think the Bears need a receiver. Maybe they do.
I'm going to interject this real quick, Pimp. We never know about these damn drafts. Where was Tom Brady drafted? Where was Jerry Rice drafted?
Yeah. It's all speculation and crazy. But look who I'm basing off of. The Carolina Panthers had the first pick. What do we know about this coach? He's another coach.
He's no Ron Rivera.
They've had what, 4 or 5 coaches in the last 10 years. Okay, so there's nothing with this organization that could tell me they could bring in a quarterback and develop him, all right, and make him world beaten. So, if that's the case, they got to have a quarterback who absolutely dominates college in order to go to a team like that with this type of system and be productive. And I just don't think we have it, guys. I think don't be surprised if it's 3 quarterbacks, not all 3 of them go in the first round.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a second. I don't know. That's all I got for yield. I yield the rest of my time. Oh, these mock drafts. I hate these mock drafts. Raise your hand if you hate mock drafts. people do them 8, 9, 10, 15, 20. Not a damn one of these people know how to draft a damn player. Okay, just stop doing mock drafts. You don't know. Now, the draft begins in April, so and we'll talk more about it on the way there. But next week, I'll talk about the running backs. There's a plethora of running backs. You like that word, plethora? There's a plethora of running backs coming out of the draft.
Does that mean there's a lot?
Yes, that means there's a lot.
I just want to make sure.
Yes, absolutely. That means there's a lot, and some of them are throwing around named Marshawn Lynch to a couple of these. I mean, that's high expectations to put on somebody coming out of college and telling you you're Marshawn Lynch. I mean. So anyway, had some meetings go on. They had 9 rules they voted on, 14 total. 9 of them they voted on. None of them really amount to a shit. So I'm not even gonna bother telling you. I just know that the NFL did do some work voting on 9 stupid rules that really don't pertain to anything we got. So there you go. I yield.
All righty.
Okay. Well, then we'll get into the hot rods, I guess, is the best way to say it. John, right. You got the slides? Should be like, I think, 326 show, I think.
John says he's going to start charging you $5 a slide.
While you're getting that up there, I can talk. Oh, here it comes.
There you
go. All right. We'll start off in the NASCAR deal. And we had a good weekend. We had the trucks, the Xfinity Series on Saturday, and then the races today. The XPEL 225 truck race was an excellent race. You had Kyle Busch in there as the spoiler, and he obviously is expected to win everything whenever he races in the lower classes. And Zane Smith came out a winner, and basically beat Bush. Bush got screwed up in a pit stop. It got out of order, and so he had to work his way back up through the field. Ty Majeski, or the guy that I think has got a lot of future. He finished, I think, second or third last year, and he finished again in third this weekend. He's doing okay. He's actually, you go to the next slide, John. You look at what he's done so far this year. There you go. Well, maybe not the next slide. Anyway, this is James Smith, and hit play on that. And you got to realize that these guys, they like to have fun after they win a race, and he's doing a burnout, which is a way of just like getting rid of all the mosquitoes in the state of Texas. I don't know, but anyway, he did it. He finally does climb out of the truck, coming up through the fog. But anyway, he acknowledges the crowd, goes and talks to his team a little bit, grabs the checkered flag from the official, and gets ready to talk to the broadcasting people. Takes slowly, nicely, takes off his gloves. Got to work and take off his helmet, gets rid of the flag, and he's going to talk with the announcers. And wait a minute, isn't that's kind of black? What? Oh shit! The car's on fire. And it took him 20 minutes to put that damn thing out. So here he is. He just won his race, and he just destroyed a $1,000 car. Or one, no, maybe a $100,000 car. Well, anyway, go to the next slide.
Wow. Sense of urgency there, dude. Sense of urgency.
Keep going. I know that's the first thing again. There we go. All right. So the standings after the Circuit of Americas, Zane Smith, who just won that race, is currently in first place with 2 wins. Majeski is in second place in the trucks. Ben Rose is in third. That's a teammate of Majeski's. Christian X has got a win and is in fourth place. And Grant Ainfiger is in fifth spot with 0 wins. So the Craftsman truck is shaping up the same way last year it shaped up. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from there. Next slide. This is the Xfinity Series, the Pit Boss 250, presented by USA Today. Kind of wild. AJ Allmendinger, and you guys will remember I talked about AJ. AJ was the IndyCar driver that switched over to NASCAR, ended up being pretty doggone good racer, got hired by Roger Penske, and then did some drugs, and that ruined his career. Anyway, he went back down to the Xfinity Series.
Do you like to do cocaine? Oh my God. And what was the golden boy when I was a young man IndyCar driver, Al Unser Jr., who was banging multiple strippers on a weekly basis. The takes at the strip clubs around Indianapolis before and during and after 500 were up like 30% because they knew that Al Unser Jr. was coming, but he never got canceled. AJ does an 8-ball and it's all over. Did he do it while he was driving? No. Then who gives a fuck?
Anyway, AJ is doing well. He is doing well in Xfinity, and he's doing well in the Cup Series. So he's working his way back up. Sammy Smith, and then Ty Gibbs. You're I'm sorry, they got.
It's the baby face murderer, the guy that killed his dad.
It looked like he's in 5th grade. But anyway, that is.
Yeah, he's. I want to see his ID. I refuse to believe it.
I love how he's looking all hard. It's like, dude, don't. All right, don't.
Yeah, I got grandkids harder than you. Shut up.
You just be like a nice smile and everything like that, because we all know that like if you ran too hard, it just even somebody like let's say Pook just like kind of lunts at you, your soul would jump out of your body.
He would literally shit his pants.
Yeah, like
hey, is it just me, or does AJ Allender look like a young Tim Taylor? The guy did Tool Time.
Tim Taylor, yeah. Well, they do have something in common. They
both
like cocaine.
There you go. That explains it. He looks.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a distant cousin to Tim Allen.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. There's an interesting note that Sammy Smith, who was the first loser in this race, was obviously he finished second. Anyway, he doesn't have a real professional team supporting him. There are no color pictures of Sammy Smith.
Get out of here. I thought you did that.
No, Sam, that's the best picture I got available of.
Man, can somebody get the second place winner some respect? Get him a
first loser.
Come on, man.
You know the story behind the first loser?
Hey, he watches the winner's asshole. That's what.
I'm sitting in the press room at Indianapolis, and I'm supposed to have my telephone off, but I didn't have it all the way off, I guess. And I get a phone call, and we're in the press room with the second and third place finishers in the race. And I answer the call, and it's my nephew. He says, "Who's the guy that's the first loser?" I'm trying to keep a straight face, but
me and my cousin Jerry started drinking at like 9 a.m. Like we're going hard. This is we're watching the F1 race in Monaco, and then the IndyCar race, and then the Coca-Cola 600. So we're smashed. We are Cindy at her rush party at her first sorority, white girl wasted, and I'm like, "Hey, you should call Dad." He's like, "Yeah, I should." And he calls him up, and I said, "Hey, ask him tell him to ask how it feels to be the first loser." He's like, "Oh, that's brilliant." So, he did. It was great. I love it.
And I'm not supposed to have a phone on anyway, and we're not supposed to have the phone ring, and I have to make a mistake and answer my nephew. That was great. Mm-hmm. Anyway, next slide. So here we are, the standings after Circuit of Americas. And the bad news of this is that you guys really don't know any of these guys. Austin Hill, Riley Herb, John Nemechek, Chandler Smith, and Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer is the guy I'm promoting out of Milwaukee. Good young kid. He's I think he's still 19 years old and doing well. So
there's only two names I recognize. And I'm pretty sure that the sons of guys I used to drink with.
Yeah, Joe Nemechek.
Right. And Allgaier. Son. And Justin Allgaier.
Yeah. Well, and Justin came out of ASA, so that's why you recognize Justin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's when John was my pack rat, and he would carry my camera gear around when I'm chasing down the ASA guys. But we had fun.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I almost got to hit somebody for Jeff Gordon. It was great.
Yeah, we did have some good interviews. There's no offense.
Oh, absolutely.
Next slide. This one is unreal. Big fines. You got the classic race team, Hendrick Motorsports. All four of their cars were found to have bad louvers in their hoods, and you're not allowed.
What?
Well, okay, I'll show you what a louver is anyway in a minute. But Colleague had one car that had one of its two louvers wrong, but they got the same fines, which is $100,000. The crew chief gets suspended for 4 races, and the team loses 100 driver points and 100 owner points. Which is wild. I mean, you took a guy that was in third place in the driver's points, moved him down to 23rd by taking the 100 points away. So it is a big deal. Next slide, I'll show you what the heck the louvers are. If you can see that arrow, and I think you can, that black thing are the louvers. Now, NASCAR manufactured this car. Well, they arranged to manufacture this car. The louvers are ways for the air to exit out of the hood. And there are specifications for these parts. And the teams are not allowed to mess with them, except that the manufacturer can't get the things done right. And so when they go to put them in the car, they don't fit. And so they got to modify them to put them in the car. Last week, they went through the voluntary inspection before practice, and nothing was said. 4 hours later, they come back and say, you can't use those parts. They've been modified.
Is there an appeal process?
There is an appeal process, and both the colleague and Hendrick's teams are going to go through the process. I don't have a lot of faith in it, but
I'd like to sit in on that meeting because this is dumb.
It is outrageous.
That device that forces air out of the hood, right? It's called a louver with a B.
That's a louver.
Or a V.
Like the place that holds all the paintings in Paris.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. I thought louvers were people who like to hang out at the Louvre and get like hammered.
Yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, it's just a way to get air in. That's it.
Well, here's what the background of all this is that because NASCAR designed this car and has a manufacturer the specs, they've told everybody, you can't touch this car. You can't do anything. Just use the stuff as it comes. And they're afraid that the NASCAR boys are not the NASCAR boys, but the drivers and the team owners are going to start messing with the cars. And so they made it a level 2 penalty, which is worse than level 1 penalty. Okay.
A louver though. It's air.
But it's $100,000 a piece.
I mean, I read that $100,000. I thought he was banging his wife, his sister, his sister's cousin, right? Messing with the airflow, letting 2 pounds of air out of each tire and run on airplane fuel. That's what I thought she was going to get for $100,000.
It's unreal. So within 2 or 3 weeks, we'll hear the results. But I will say this, that the teams have accepted the suspensions of the driver, or the crew chiefs. They've replaced the crew chiefs for the next 3 races. Because they I don't know what I would think when you appeal something, everything stays the same until the appeal is determined. But no, the team just said no. We'll go ahead and take that. So
I mean, when you're
anyway,
in
but I'm sorry, but $400,000 is a bunch. I don't care.
The points, though. I mean, you bust your ass 3rd place. What do you say? 20th?
The period of the points is that's how you get into the playoffs, and that's how you earn the money at the end of the year.
Right. For one louver, you got to go all the way back down to the end of the pack again.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the Hendrick team had replacement louvers available, and so after the first practice, they changed everything, and the cars were fine. So the cars were never used in competition. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that's
so the cars never were using. So that was my point. My point was, what do you do? You just take. You're forced. The part don't work. You're almost forced to modify it and take the fine and take the point reduction and take the crew chief getting suspended. You almost have to do that. But you said that the modified cars were never used. Pops, I hear you right?
Yeah. They used them in practice after the initial inspection, but before they were notified there was a problem. All right. But the louvers were changed out before the second practice and before any competition. In other words, they were not used in qualifying and they were not used in any race. So
that further lets me know $100,000 and then
it's NASCAR.
Wow. No wonder fans.
Now remember, NASCAR stands for Stock Car Auto Racing. And there ain't nothing stock about these cars anymore.
No.
Go to the next slide. This is nuts.
Wow. That's a good piece. I like that. I like that bit. Thank you. Yeah.
Hold on. Messed that up. There we go.
There you go. So from one ridiculous to the next, we go to F1.
Oh, they're never ridiculous.
No.
No, not at all. Not
Now,
F1.
Sergio Perez last week won the race, and his cohort, Max Verstappen, finished second. During the race, they were having some problems with the engines. Now, remember, they finished first and second. They were a full 1 second in front of any other cars. All right,
Okay.
1 second faster per lap
All right.
than any of the other 18 cars on the track. So they told him to slow down. Well, Sergio set the fastest lap of the race, and coming up to the final lap of the race, Max Verstappen says, "So who's got the fastest lap? And how fast is it?" And his team boss said, "Look, we're not worried about fastest lap." And Max says, "Tell me who has the fastest lap and what is the time?" He told him that Checo is Sergio Perez, had the fastest lap and his time was whatever it was. And Max Verstappen proudly goes out and beats it by a couple tenths of a second and takes the lead. Now, because the team had told the drivers, "Look, we've got a time we want you to run. We know it's not as fast as the cars will go, but it is fast enough to keep anybody from catching you." And that was slower than what Max Verstappen ran his last lap. Now, the problem is that Max Verstappen says, team orders are team orders. That's great. But you got to understand, I was hired, and when I was hired, I said, I'm out there to win and to score the most points possible. You can tell me you want me to go slow. I'm not going to go slow. I'm out there to win. Sergio Perez was hired as the number 2 driver, which means the number 1 driver has sway over you. If the number 1 driver says you do this, you do it. So anyway, Max is now on top in the points by 1 point. You get 1 point for having the fastest lap. Sergio Perez is all pissed off because he says Max Verstappen didn't follow team orders. And anyway, Sergio Perez hints that he's going to leave Red Bull, which Max Verstappen says, "Okay, go."
Is there an HR department?
I'm supposed to win. So why go? Where are you going to go? So anyway,
No. Is there an HR department in racing?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Because I think
They're all
I
European.
think they need a piss. They need a piss test done. Okay, 'cause these guys are. Wow, slow down.
You want racers or not, dude?
yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Not like this. You want honest racing. You want racing. You want speed. Speed.
The
Maybe
that's
piece of
it.
chicken.
We don't have any more slides. In the NASCAR Cup race, which did finish while we were starting the show, Tyler Reddick. Remember, Tyler is the guy that told his boss, Richard Childress, not next year, but the year afterwards, I'm going to go to 2311 Racing. And Richard Childress says, okay, you want to run this year for me, but the year after that, you're going to drive for somebody else.
The racing team is called 2311 Racing.
Yeah. 23, does number 23 make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael
2311
Jordan.
2311 makes
sense to me and him.
it makes a lot to me and Pook because that was our
Oh,
MOS.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Yeah.
The holistic MOS.
2311 is
There.
Michael Jordan's baseball team with the 11 team. And so that's the 2311 team. So anyway,
Yo.
Childress
Wow.
said,
That was
if you want to go this year, you can go. So Tyler Reddick went to the 2311 team this year, and he won his first race at Circuit of Americas. He finished, Kyle Busch finished second. He's the one that went from Joe Gibbs Racing to Richard Childress Racing, taking over Tyler Reddick's car. So you got first and second place. Alex Bowman finished third. Ross Chastain was fourth. Fifth was William Byron. Interesting to note that there are always some road course ringers brought in, and they didn't do real well. Jensen Button, the former F1 champion, finished in 18th. Jordan Taylor, the IMSA driver that has set the world on fire, finished in 24th. Kimi Räikkönen, the Formula One champion, finished in 29th.
My favorite.
Kimi is good. He very entertaining. I guess that's the best way to explain it.
Or you could put it another way. I don't think there's a race car driver in the history of race car driving that could drink more than this guy. Like it was his mission from life, but he's done, and he's one of the funniest. If you go back and look up Kimi Räikkönen on YouTube, Kimi Räikkönen yelling at pit crew, and him on the radio yelling at them, "Would you shut up? I'm winning the fucking race!" Like literally, like shut up, stop, like stop giving me information. We're 5 laps to go. What's wrong with you people? Let me concentrate. Fuck you. I want to win, get drunk and fuck. Like that's what I want to do. Leave me alone. That's Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah. 36 was Connor Daly, the IndyCar driver that's trying to make his way into NASCAR. Anyway, next week, NASCAR goes to Richmond for the 3/4 mile, I guess it is, oval. It's a nice track, pretty racing, so it'll be neat to see. IndyCar is at Texas for their 375-mile race. Formula One is in Australia for the Australian GP. Couple weeks that they're going to be the NASCAR Cup cars are going to be on the Bristol dirt. Bristol is the best track there is in the United States, with the exception is now it's concrete. And so NASCAR said, well, let's make it this fun. We're going to coat the concrete with dirt. And so we're going to have dirt track racing on the best track in the world. So anyway, they're going to go do it. But after Bristol, they go to Martinsville and then Talladega, where they have the Crash Fest. So that's where we are today.
Right on. All right, Doc, you ready to do a little MLB?
Yep.
All right, man.
Okay, so if anybody's been following anything, this is the opening day pitchers. Opening day officially starts March 30th, which is Thursday. Can't freaking wait. Very excited. Spring training's getting ready to wrap up. There are 8 Cy Young Award winners starting on opening day. Other than that, the Phillies' Rhys Hopkins has torn his ACL. It's most likely to miss the season. It was a freak accident. And also on the same note, the Phillies and pitcher Aaron Nola have decided to table their contract talks until after the season's over with. So there's no distractions. But other than that, going forward, I sent you some stuff in your thing for baseball. Sent you that.
Got another one?
Oh no, we're gonna find out. Nope, that was the bracket standings.
That's the brackets.
By the way, just saying, I won fantasy football this year and tourney pickup. Ooh, Scotty's on fire.
There you go. There's the top 10 lineups in baseball this year. You've got the Astros, the Padres, the Blue Jays, the St. Louis Cardinals for some strange reason. I don't know why. They just got their ass handed to them today, 24-1 by the Astros.
Oh, that's fine, but
it's preseason.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that. MLB's rankings.
Here's the thing. Like, I'm obviously I'm not a baseball guy. You guys know I'm not a baseball
And this is the current time changes.
You had the Dodgers ranked 9th.
Yeah, they don't have that good of a roster.
You don't think they're going to do the good this year?
No.
They're not going to do well this year.
No. They're not going to win like they won last year.
All right. I'm not like I said, I'm not a baseball
I guarantee
guy.
it they are not going to win 100 games this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
They're going to win between 93 and 91 games, and the Padres are going to be a close second with like 92 wins.
How many,
That's a decent team.
how many games they play?
162.
162.
Same played for quite
Since
a while.
1961.
I told you, Minnie, I'm not a baseball guy. I'm sure there's other people out there that don't know this off the top of their head as well. I'm just trying to freaking figure this out, because last year I knew a guy that was making a living off of betting the Dodgers.
Yep, he ain't gonna do it this year.
I'm not even freaking exaggerating. When the Dodgers would lose, he just chases money and he always catch it. He was betting like
I
10 grand a game.
think what you ought to do is start betting against him this year on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And the Yankees.
When it comes to putting my hard-earned money down on stuff like this, I got to wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see. Before I put any money down on any MLB games, which I didn't the whole year last year.
I wouldn't.
I'm gonna wait and see. Maybe talk to Minnie a little bit. I mean, I'm not just gonna go against the Dodgers. How's this? I don't believe you yet.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe you guys. I don't believe you guys. So you're saying they're going to be what? 3 games, 5 games over 500?
No. They'll still probably win that.
It's 80. So 500. So 500 would be 81 games.
Yeah, they'll probably win like 92 games.
They're going to win 91. What do you set the over under at?
Oh, I would set the over under for the Dodgers this year at like 90. Yeah, I'd say like 92, because I think the Padres. I mean,
what do you set it at? What do you set at, Double Doc?
I would set the over under for the Dodgers at 91.
That motherfucker just righted me right there.
I will take a bet. I will take a bet over 89. I will take a bet. Dodgers win over 89 this year.
I'd be fine.
I'm willing to do something somewhat ridiculous.
And I would do the same with the Padres.
Well, I mean, that's okay. All right, so here we go. So
I'm not a Dodger fan. I'm not. I just.
Yeah, I don't know. So who's going to make this bet? Is it going to be you?
No, I'll make the bet because, the reason I'll make the bet is because I can't believe the Dodgers are going to fall off that much. I don't believe your rankings. I want to see it happen.
Well, for one, you're Clayton Kershaw's back.
I'll take the over 89.
Clayton Kershaw's had a bad back. Still has a bad back.
He's still going to throw.
He's still going to throw, but he's not throwing like he has been.
That guy always had a bad back, though. I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah,
he always gets hurt right around June or July.
Doesn't that guy do really, really good in the regular season, and then he kind of falls off in the playoffs? Am I wrong about that?
You're true.
Ish.
You're true. You're
true. He don't show up, right? That's his whole thing. Like the whole memes.
No, I think the thing on him is a little unfair, because he always goes up against another number one, and
but you got to beat that. You got to beat the man to beat the man.
You do, but you know, if I'd have
Ric Flair, you got to beat the man to be the man. Ric Flair.
Woo!
Let me look it up. Keep talking. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Yeah, keep talking. Discuss things.
Yeah. Well, what am I going to discuss? You're looking this up. I'm saying that Kershaw. I remember a couple of years ago being inundated with Facebook memes with Kershaw, like he was the Joker or something. Or remember that?
Hey, Minnie, this is the reason why now we have a pitch clock in baseball. For people that don't follow baseball, they want the game sped up.
Who wants the game sped up? I just want it to go away. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
No, we need.
They're talking. They're talking games under 2 hours now.
Yeah, games are actually at like 220, 218,
and less.
Yeah, and it's actually a good product.
So let me ask, who's taking to be the best, Pook or Doc?
Pook's the better of this group, not me.
So, what you trying to say?
Pook always makes the stupid bet, just like he did last year with the Lions.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to figure out what he's saying.
When I wore that Packer jersey, that's the first bet I lost on this sports church. The very first.
Thank you very much.
Very first. And
you honored it.
And I'm always making stupid bets, right? So what does that tell you? All right, I've got the Dodgers under. You want to make a stupid bet with me? Come at me, bro.
Oh,
Okay,
come
we'll
in.
do it.
Dodgers under 89.
You're gonna
I got
Kyle's
him
gonna take
over.
under
I
89.
got him over. I got
That's
him
what
over.
he said.
All right.
I I
It's locked.
misspoke. I said I got Dodgers over. We all know that.
Dodgers
Listeners
over.
know that. Everybody know that.
Over 89.
Everybody knows that what I was arguing.
All right.
Oh, you're over 89. Okay.
So let it be written. So let it be done. Kyle takes LA under 89. Wow. Pook takes over 89. Okay. All right. I like it.
I
All
was
right.
taking the Padres over 89.
Hey, I got a
Man, you
question.
got me betting against the Padres. I like the Padres. I used to go to Petco Park when I lived in San Diego. I actually
It was
enjoy
Qualcomm when we were there.
yeah.
Why-
Well,
why is there
I
an
both
alien
for me,
on
both for
our
me.
logo
Minnie.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
I've been to
top
both.
right corner?
What's that?
Why is there an alien on our logo in the top right corner?
That's a hockey mask.
Oh, okay.
Try to keep up.
I just
And,
All right.
and we actually have a newer logo with
yeah,
Jesus
I
in it.
know.
Yeah,
It's
we
just-
have Buddy
it's-
Christ logo, but I haven't gotten.
Yeah,
to
you're gonna
download
have
it
to
yet.
you're gonna have to put the fake alien invasion on there along with Jesus. You got the second coming. That's what's going on. You got to update the logo for the times.
All right, let's keep going. Let's wrap this up. What else we got? Any more?
We
Other
don't
than
have
that,
much. We got 30 we got
the time change has been
24
doing
minutes.
well. Max Scherzer has figured out how to cerebral batters now with the pitch clock, and it's pissing people off.
Good, because you knew that dude was gonna figure it out. I mean,
He's throwing pitches with like 2 seconds left on the clock, and batters keep doing their timeout, and they are only allotted so many timeouts in an at bat, and they don't have jack crap, and he's screwing with them fucking hardcore.
I love it. Good for him.
Good. Maybe he sit in there swing a little bit. Yeah. Screw him. That's part of the game. That's the way they want it.
You guys ever watched that ESPN documentary on Scherzer?
No, I haven't.
I
should,
seen
though.
it. It was interesting, man. I didn't know about the guy, and it was real interesting, man. He just doesn't get along with his teammates. That's for sure.
He's a little intense, man. But
He's out there, man. He didn't care for his high school coaches. He did things his own way. He didn't really have the physical tools that he needed, but he developed the skills. Interesting documentary, man.
yeah, I mean, I'm willing to bet that Michael Jordan would get along with a lot of his coaches either.
No.
Just
Well,
saying.
we know Larry Bird left Indiana.
Yeah.
He couldn't stand night. He couldn't take
Doc,
night. He had
you
to
did
like
after the logo.
Yeah.
That was my suggestion.
That was
Put
Pip's suggestion, and
put a
Pimp
Jesus.
asked, and it was delivered.
put a Jesus on the thing.
give all the glory to Christ.
Yeah, Buddy Christ, man.
No, that's Buddy Christ.
That's
Catholicism,
Buddy
wow.
Oh, I can't see it.
Wow, yeah. Well, here, hold on. Let me show it to you in large and in high def, brother Bishop Pook Dawg. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pook will start
I can't see
singing
it.
now.
that's Buddy Christ.
There you go.
Yeah.
There.
That's the new sports church logo, which I've got to update on every page
It
now.
looks like blasphemy, Minnie.
Oh, it looks
Can
like
you
it's funny.
spell that?
It's blasphemy.
You know,
Can you spell
hey,
that?
if he was here, he'd like sports.
There you go.
And he'd be a Cubs fan because being a Cubs fan is a lot like death.
He could conquer.
No,
He'd make 'em
no,
win.
in our luck, he'd probably be a damn Yankees fan.
Never in a million years.
No,
No,
never.
no.
No,
He
wrong.
was not-
Wrong.
Run.
Wrong. Oh, Pimp, I got a mission for you. You got to find me like a 3 to, let's say, 7-second clip of Trump doing wrong and send it to me. So I can put it on one of my buttons so that, I don't have to always hit this one.
Emotional damage.
I can hit the Trump one. This is wrong. Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find me that clip,
Mini,
Pimp.
so, Mini, what exactly? We didn't talk any Yankees talk. What's going on with your team, the Yankees? What's happening with
I have
them?
no idea.
What's cool? I know you got Yankee talk. I know you probably got 15 minutes that you could just rant.
Does
about
anybody
the
know if
Yankees.
a 9mm bullet can travel all the way to Arizona?
Depending on you.
Depends on if you drop it via drone.
Who was that? What was Angelina Jolie's movie where she could bend them bullets?
Oh yeah. Maybe I should call her.
Salt.
You know,
Yes.
I got that on my phone. Like, hey, what's
The
up?
original Atomic Blonde.
Yeah.
You're busy adopting another kid from out of the country when there's like, I don't know, tens of thousands that need homes here. Oh, okay. All right, later.
Call me later.
Yeah.
Give me a secret. Yeah.
She's hot. No, she looks like a bug-eyed alien. But anyways, moving on. Off track. I don't know. I'm excited about the start. I don't know where the Cubs are going to finish. I think probably middle of the pack. I think they're still in the rebuilding process. I'm hoping that they have the money to go get that Shohei. But I got a feeling he's going to LA. But I don't know.
Half his teammates are in New York or in Boston.
It's going to be fun to see the blow-ups about the pitch, about the one of his
you know it's coming.
One of his buddies plays outfield for the Cubs, by the way, one of his best friends. So just saying. And he's got the money. How much money he needs, I don't know. That's up to him. But I think the usual suspects will be there. I think the Cardinals are going to rise to the top. The Brewers might compete, but of course their GM's going to screw that up. The Mets are going to be there. Texas, who hasn't been mentioned in a long time, is going to be huge.
Who?
The Texas Rangers. They stole Jacob deGrom.
Yeah, they loaded up.
Other people.
Loaded up.
Oh,
so they're going to have a pretty easy schedule. So they're going to mow down some people. The Dodgers are going to be tough. Padres are going to be tough. I think San Francisco's going to have a really rough season. I don't think they did what they needed to do to shore up that pitching. They didn't really add to the offense that much. I'm just looking forward to the blow-ups between the umpires and pitchers and batters over this pitch clock thing. I still think it's too little amount of time. I think it needs to be bumped 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 20 seconds with a runner not on, 25 seconds with a runner on. If you think about it, and I explained this before, if you throw your pitch, you need a good 3 to 5 seconds to kind of shake that off if it's caught, not put in play. And then, you're going to wipe your brow, you're going to, wipe your jersey, you're going to, if it's hot, even if it's not actually, you actually sweat quite a bit when it's cold. You go for that rosin bag, you bend over and get that and tap it over on your pitching hand. You're at 10 seconds. Now you got to decide on what the pitch is coming. So now you got signals from the catcher to the pitcher, whether they're using that fancy smancy high-tech walkie-talkie thing or not, you're still communicating signals. And then basically you've got about 3 seconds to wind up and throw a pitch.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
We're talking about allowing the pitchers to call the pitch and get.
Oh, that's a great idea. The dumbest people on the field get to call the pitch. All right.
But they are the ones to decide whether to throw it or not.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's never been a catcher ever that steered them in the direction they wanted to.
Who's that pitcher that's got 8 different pitches? It'll take him a half an hour to figure out what pitch is coming.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It needs to be 20 and 25. I think it's ridiculous. I get it. I'm okay with the pitch clock, but just bump it up a little bit. And mark my word, they're going to by the All-Star break. They're going to adjust it. If not,
they'll adjust it. They're fluid. The question I got to you: have they made any changes toward instant replay in baseball?
Not that I know of.
No, there's been no changes on instant replay yet.
Yeah.
What seems to be the holdup with all these major league teams? They don't want it right.
You're gonna destroy the game, Pimp. With
not
the
way I'm talking about.
All these different stars, all these different star pitchers, they all have different strike ranges. They all get
why
they get favorite because Jordan got the calls too. That's how it is.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm trying to
Johnny,
do.
these pitchers get the calls. These guys get the calls. That's how it is, man.
But people want it
You know?
right. The majority of people now want it right. They want it quick. And they want it right. And Vegas wants it right. So they can pay out.
Let me.
You know.
Why isn't there a rating on umpires as far as
there is.
as
MLB has one for them, but I don't know
Yeah.
if they disclose it.
But
I've never been able to find
the
it nowhere.
information out, do they?
You figure they would if they have a union, because that's all public, public knowledge.
By the way, I finally found Clayton Kershaw's postseason stats, and for the ones that matter, his ERA is 4.22. He's 13-12, so he's above 500. His WHIP is 1.08. That's walks and hits per innings pitched. So K through 9 innings is 9.88, which is really good. Hits per 9 innings is 7.38 though, and base and balls for 9 innings.
7 hits in 9 innings is bad.
Well, yeah, because it kind of directly corresponds to his ERA, which is 4.22. So you get 7
That
hits.
sounds terrible.
Yeah.
That sounds
He gives up
bad.
a lot of home runs in the playoffs.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big curveball guy, so when he hangs them, they go bye-bye.
They're gone.
Like almost every curveball.
What's that? Chris Berman says, back.
Yep. So, yeah, he's struggled in the postseason for sure. I still think he's a gamer. I wouldn't have a problem starting game 1 and if I was managing, but
Well,
I'd have him do a 5th game.
no.
Maybe.
Give him extra rest.
I mean, the Cubs won the World Series with the left-hander was
Hey, Pook, if this will
basically
make you
kinda
happy,
crazy.
I'm willing to make a bet on the over/under of the Reds for over 500.
Ooh. I'll get on this bet.
That's between you and Mini, because I don't know what I when it comes to Dodger baseball, I literally don't know what I'm talking about. But I could see what my eyes saw last year.
All right, Pops,
And
you're
I
gonna
can't
take the
believe-
over?
Yeah, I'd say they're gonna get over 500. It could be
All right.
501, but they're gonna get over 500.
All right, I'm taking the under. And if I lose, I have to wear a Reds hat.
You've got your wife and your son and your daughter that are going to be rooting against you.
No. What are you talking about?
What the hell
No,
did you say?
that is a partially false statement. My wife will be rooting against me. My
I'm
son definitely will not, and my daughter
Doesn't even know. Yeah.
doesn't even know.
Mini, I'm
So-
surprised that you're taking this bet like this and you're offering up the Reds hat. For sure, I thought you'd offer up the Yankees hat because you'd have one more opportunity to wear the Yankees hat on air. I thought you definitely will go to your go-to, the Yankees
The
hat.
Yankees hat's still in Columbus, so I don't know if I'm going to get it back yet or not for sure.
And don't forget, we all
we're
have that
getting the
bet with my
essential.
wife.
What's that?
He's making shit up now.
No, about the Mets.
Still making shit up.
No, we all took a bet about.
Turn the volume up. We hear.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like three or 4 episodes ago. We did one for my wife on the Mets and their record.
Or
find
remind
it,
us.
find
Remind
it,
us. What was it?
find it on the tape.
Do you remember the bet that they all did?
Nobody can hear her anyways.
Ain't nobody. I didn't bet on baseball, so I didn't. I'm exempt.
From everybody.
Somebody
Yeah,
still.
she said she took a bet that if her Mets don't make the playoffs, she's going to wear each one of our team shirts.
Oh,
But
yes, I remember that.
yeah,
Yes.
and if
Yeah.
the Mets make the playoffs, we all have to wear a Mets shirt.
Pook's the one that came up with that shit.
Yes, it was
Oh,
actually
all right.
Pook that came up with the bet.
I came up with this.
I remember Pook. Don't worry, I got your fucking number. Don't you worry.
Fucking Pook.
Emotional damage.
Oh yeah. We
I
are
wouldn't-
getting in
I
deep
wouldn't
trouble
bet.
now.
So it's skin tight.
I wasn't betting because I ain't got paid for my prop bets yet.
All right. So, Pops, if the Reds finish over 500, I have to wear a Reds hat. If I have a jersey available, I can probably find a jersey. I will
I'm
do that.
sure there's a jersey close to you in Cincinnati.
If
think-
you
I think-
lose, you
Minnie, I
have to
think you
wear a
should
Cubs
wear-
hat and jersey.
Yeah.
I think you should have to wear a Cincinnati Reds t-shirt tied up like Daisy Duke. If you lose.
Done.
And hot pan.
That's what I
Done.
think.
Done. And all right, I will do that if Pops gets a fake tattoo, like a put on tattoo of the Cubs on his cheek.
No, on his,
And a
forehead.
Cubs
On his
fan.
forehead.
On his forehead.
Yeah, on
that
my forehead,
big old
okay.
forehead. All right,
You guys do
sounds
fake
good.
tattoos? You guys don't do fake tattoos. You guys do real tattoos. What are you talking about, man?
No, we're not doing for real. We're not doing real.
Oh,
All right,
man.
let's wrap this up unless we got anything else.
All right, Pook. So what do I do if I lose the bet? What am I wearing?
Yeah.
Dress.
I bought a tutu.
Dress.
A dress.
You get to
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the thrift shop. Listen.
Oh,
you go
Jesus
to
Christ.
the thrift shop and you pick out whatever dress you want him.
Why can't we ever hear her?
Just for the record, I'm going to be the big brother here. We
Uh-huh.
do not need to see him in a dress.
Still can't hear her.
No, we do not need to see him in any type of dress at all.
Man, you don't need to see Big Pook in a dress either. That's just
No.
disgusting, bro.
No.
You both
no.
make
However-
ugly chicks.
No,
no
dresses.
Ugly chicks.
I mean, as much reverence as I have for the swimmer that we talked about earlier.
Oh yeah,
and
you're
the
good
basketball
friends with
player.
Leah
Yeah,
Thomas.
Leah
Yeah.
As much reverence as I don't think I look good in a dress.
Trust me, you're right. You're right.
Oh no, you look
But
pretty
it's
good in a
y'all's
bra.
bet. It's y'all's bet. Have fun.
We have our
Yeah,
own street
exactly.
card, correct?
Can we talk about this after I'm off the air?
Okay, okay.
I love you, Alyssa.
As it pains me to say this, I'll wear a damn Dodgers hat.
All right, there we go.
But then I'm taking a shit in it afterwards the minute it's on my head.
And I don't believe you. If there ain't no film, I don't believe you.
I will film me shitting in a Dodgers
Just
hat.
put a picture of Biden's face
So-
inside the hat as you're
Man, that poor
taking a
guy don't even know what's going on. Why are you picking on him, man?
That's because
He's
needs
just
to be
doing what the
picked
New World Order wants him to do, bro.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All
I
right.
I'll be right back in a minute.
Uh-oh. Pops is gonna go.
He's gonna go do a number 2.
on. He gonna go get his dress.
He's gonna get stressed.
He gonna show you what kind of wear.
Emotional damage.
Oh my god! He comes back in one. If he comes back in one, I'm done early.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No
done early.
shit. Yeah.
I got to drive 22 miles thinking about that. No, sir.
Oh my god.
Woo! Wow. This escalated quickly.
Oh, when it doesn't,
It's always. And we didn't even talk about catalytic converters today.
I know we didn't.
Because you
We
didn't
did-
talk
We
about
talked
that
about Aaron Rodgers.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna quit picking on him now. He's
No,
the best.
did you get?
Allegedly,
football.
a jet.
Did you hear about the who was the offensive tackle who used to snort Adderall and pop mushrooms before a game to get in rage mode?
Yeah, the
That's
guy from the
gangster.
Broncos.
I
Yeah.
fucking love it. I love it. I
Like
love it.
who would have thought you could go on rage mode from that?
Oh, what is this?
A
$2
Donald
bill.
Trump $2 bill?
This is a legal $2 bill.
Okay.
Nice.
I can't believe it. I got this flyer yesterday.
I want a stack.
Legal $2 bill that ends up going through the Bradford Exchange where they put Trump on it.
That's fucking.
and
weird.
embossed it in gold, no less.
Oh yeah. Just to mention real quick, King Griffey Jr., who is in the Hall of Fame, is the 4th highest paid baseball player on the Reds roster this year.
Ah! I'm gonna rob banks so that James can get like batting practice with batting instructors and pitching and stuff like. I'm telling you, baseball's where it's at, man. Your body lasts longer. There's way more money in it. No concussions unless you get beamed in the head, and the chances of that happening over the course of a 20-year career are very, very low.
Sammy
So-
Sosa.
Less time with family, though. That's the only option. That's the only thing.
Yeah, you know what? If you've got that kind of money, hire a tutor and bring them with you.
Yeah.
I would have. If
Tell
there
you
was
what, let's
some
go.
miracle that I'd
Mushrooms.
done that, I would have just hired a freaking professional tutor and brought the whole show with me. Why not?
That's hardcore. Adderall and mushrooms.
Oh yeah, I'm jacked up and I don't know what's going on either.
That's actually impressive.
No, it's fucking gangster.
That's actually impressive.
That's why I love football players. There's never a baseball player in the world to do it, although they were famous for the prequel to Adderall, which are greenies. But yeah, they took meth. But football players, I mean, I can't remember who it was. It was a famous, it was a documentary about a drug dealer. And he's like, I had the entire Dallas offensive line and several other players at my home at a party snorting insane amounts of cocaine. And they went on the next day and won the Super Bowl. I'm like, that's gangster. Yeah. What are you supposed to do in your mid to late 20s, a professional athlete? Anything you want.
There was that pitcher in the 70s for the Pirates that pitched a complete game
Vita Blue
on LSD.
Yeah, I believe his name was Vita Blue, and he pitched a complete game on LSD.
How the hell you do that?
Well, apparently the tracers are what made him throw better. And
the fact that he can even pay attention to what he's doing.
Anybody remembers, I told the story way back in the day of I played the first game of a doubleheader and in semi-pro and got done with the game, and coach was like, all right, you're good. You're good. Just, keep score, manage for me, if you will, and go run and get food. So I grabbed a couple guys, go run and get food. And so we may or may not allegedly partake in a heavy amount of electric lettuce. And once you know it, the guy who starts the game gets shellacked in the first inning. He looks over at me. Coach K looks over at me and says, hey, get warmed up. What? And my two friends, Dan and the other guy, just drill me in the shoulder laughing. And I'm like, oh my God, I am so not capable of doing this right now. And I pitched 5 innings of the best baseball I pitched in my entire life. It was amazing. I just didn't give a shit. I'm like, look, I'm going to get shellacked. So I might as well just throw what I want to throw and throw it where I want to throw it and throw it hard I want to throw it. And I pitched 5 innings of 1-hit ball against a very good team. It was ridiculous. So it helped you focus?
It helped you focus.
It helped
That's
me.
it. And then Drew Ellis.
Yeah, Drew Ellis. No, it took the anxiety away. I wasn't worried anymore. Once I was like, all right, I'm going to enjoy this one way or another with a smile on my face because I am allegedly very, very, very high on the electric lettuce. So I was and my arm felt great. I'm just going to throw it and let it loose. Slider was breaking amazingly. Curveball was great. Changeup was great. My warmer, which if you don't know what that is, most people call it a fastball. Mine was in the mid 80s, so I'd never called it a fastball. They called it a warmer. But my changeup was like 72, so I guess it did have an effect. But yeah, I mean, it's possible, man. It is. You're comfortable, just do it. And he did it. He threw a fucking no-hitter on acid.
All right, I'm going to take some drugs before I go to work tonight.
I would not do that.
No,
too many things going on.
They're liable to give you an escort.
Yeah. Out of the building.
Yeah, one you don't want.
Not the one in heels and thigh highs.
You know how the Pook feels. Hugs, not drugs. Down with dope and up with hope. That's what I always say. That's what the Pook always says.
Good.
All right, gentlemen. Final thoughts. Let's get out of here. Pook Dawg.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say the vaccine is safe and effective, right? I'm on my 6th booster right now. I filled out my card. I also started eating vegan burgers. I'm going to save the planet one vegan burger at a time. I'm going to be trading in my truck very soon here for electric vehicle. We got this hideous gas stove. I'm going to be taking that to the scrapyard. I'm taking that to the scrapyard. We're going to get an electric stove here, and we got a transgender woman that's going to be playing basket hoops next year in the NCAA. And God bless Leah Thomas. That was beautiful what ESPN did for her.
Emotional damage.
All right. Pops, final thoughts. Good job, Pook.
Hey, I don't know how you top that. That was amazing. Anyway, it just goes to show that if you got something you got to get off your chest, go ahead and say it. Pook doesn't hesitate to do that at all.
Never has.
But anyway, if things are getting tough, give somebody a call, talk to them about it. It's much easier to do that than it is to do something different and end it all. So talk to somebody, let somebody know it's not going well, and see what you can develop out of it.
All right. Good job, Pop. Pimp, what you got, baby?
Well, we say it every week. You're not worthless. You have value. Don't be the 22 a day. I want to say real quick, RIP to Lance Riddick. He was he's the Black Butler, or not Butler, the guy that worked in John Wick, on the John Wick movie at the hotel there. He passed away last week. Went and seen John Wick 4. It's not as good as the rest of them, but it's still good. Still good.
Spoiler alert! So you don't.
It's still John Wick, still good, but it's not like the rest of them. But it's got a cliffhanger. It leaves you hanging. I won't tell you what it is, but it leaves you hanging at the end of it. Excellent movie. Anyway, go sit. John Wick, all of them are good. The draft's coming up. Watch your team, watch your picks, and see what they figure out. And catch us on Tuesday night, 6 to 8. All 8 of our platforms, 10 of our platforms. We have a great Dummy of the Week segment, which is taking off. Devil Doc has some straight weirdo shit on some of these Dummies of the Week. Some strange ones. Only Doc would. He's
got some problems.
We got our missing person segment. Watch it. If you got any information about these missing people, their families would love to hear about it. Try to help them out. So that being said, guys, in my native tongue, as always, Dona Dog Ahoy, Usta Usvi.
All right, brother. Doc, what you got?
Like I always say, if anybody reaches out to you and wants some help, seeks to you for some help, don't try and fix them. Let them get it off their chest. They trusted you for a reason. Other than that, take them out when they're all done. Tell them to go outside, get some fresh air, feel the grass, take them, go get coffee or a drink or whatever. That should be your only solution. Unless they're still in bad health, then take them to the hospital. Other than that, baseball starts on Thursday. Go Red Sox, go Padres. Fuck everybody else. My Celtics are doing really good.
Nobody cares.
Go there. My Bruins are phenomenal. Gonna break the 63 wins and 133 points. Take that, you fucking stupid Montreal Canadiens. Other than that, and for Pook, go Bears.
Yeah. I remember never taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There's plenty of resources out there. I understand the chronic pain. I completely 100% understand the chronic depression. Just ask my wife. And the chronic anxiety, again, just ask my wife. The funniest thing, I think one of the funniest things in our marriage, when COVID happened and everybody was losing their damn minds, she goes, "Oh my God, is this what you go with like every day?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "It's all right. Still love you." Yeah, that's every day in my head. So, welcome to it. Hopefully you don't have to deal with too much more. But also remember that we were extremely equipped to stand adversity, and we're also very equipped to be in leadership positions and excel and do amazing things and push forward and persevere when nobody else thinks that something can be done. So get out there. And if you're looking to start a show or you want to put your opinions out there, you contact myself, Kyle, or Alyssa. And we're all about bringing on new veterans and doing new shows. So please let us know. It's a great way. Shit, one of the only reasons I do this, it ain't for the money, because I lost fuck tons of money over the last 8 years. It's because I get to hang out with my boys. I get to drink some beers. I get to talk shit, either sports or politics on the bar, whatever it is. But I get to hang out with my guys that are all over the country, and I get to reconnect with my buddies. And I also get to say whatever I want to say. So if you're interested in that, please give us a ring. Hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on YouTube, message the show, whatever you need to do. We're there for you. We'd love to help you out and get you started a new show. I don't care what you want to talk about. You want to talk about building trains? Fine. You want to talk about underwater basket weaving? Fine. We're here. You have a show. We'll help you out and make it the best underwater basket weaving show ever. So without further ado, have a good night. God bless. And remember, everybody, big dating game kiss.